What is going on, Sacktown? It's Sacktown Pete back at it again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy Friday to everybody. Yes, we are talking about the Ben Simmons rumors surrounding the Sacramento Kings. Let's go and just get started with this video. Let's dive into it. Let's go in Hoops Hypes. Let's go and talk about it. I want to say, reported by Sam Emick, should I say. As for Sacramento, sources have suggested that the 76ers would be only to consider an offer that includes De'Aaron Fox or Tyrese Haliburton. The Kings are unlikely to part with either player, but they can offer Buddy Hield, a prolific three-point shooter who would space the floor for Joel Embiid, Marvin Bagley, a former number 2 overall pick, who has yet to reach his potential, and other assets, including multiple first-round picks. And we go on to say, Emick goes on to say that according to a source with knowledge of the situation, the Kings spoke to the Sixers weeks ago and made it clear that both De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Haliburton will not be included in a possible Simmons deal. That stance, the source said, has not and will not change, and the internal expectation is that the core of their roster will remain the same heading into training camp later this month. So, 100%, the Kings should not part ways with their young, star-studded backcourt in the De'Aaron Fox and the Tyrese Haliburton. There's just no way, man. There's just no way. Philly, regardless, they're going to take the L with the Ben Simmons situation because their asking price is way too high. You gotta lower your asking price, man. I think that's as good as it's going to get, and that's what we're going to give him is a Buddy Hield, a top-flight three-point shooter, a Marvin Bagley, a former number 2 overall pick who hasn't reached his potential or scratched the surface yet, and the beneficial of including multiple first-round picks from a team that hasn't made the playoffs for the last 15 years. What more do you want, Daryl Morey? I mean, what more do you want? That would be the best offer. That's the best package you're probably going to get for Ben Simmons. I have a hard time believing that. I look at the Timberwolves. If you don't include D'Angelo Russell, I don't think any of their package on their roster cannot beat the package of a Buddy Hield, Buddy Hield, Bagley, and multiple first-round picks. I look at the Golden State Warriors package. Are the Warriors even interested? Because from what I've heard earlier, there has been no deal surfaced with the Golden State Warriors when it comes to Ben Simmons. So, I'm just trying to think like, hey, Daryl Morey and the 76ers, what are you guys doing? Like, Ben has come out and said he clearly does not want to play for you guys. He does not want to report to training camp. And it's been reported that there's bad blood between Ben Simmons and your whole organization. So, I think that your asking price and what you're trying to ask for a Ben Simmons, you're not going to get what you're asking for. Bearing that Damian Lillard comes out and says, I want to trade, I want to demand a trade, get me out of Portland, then yes, you could possibly be in the Damian Lillard sweepstakes. But I don't see that happening because Damian Lillard is a loyal dude. I think that he wouldn't be the one to request for a trade. I mean, he might be, just not asking for a trade because he's so loyal. And I think that, the Kings are doing the perfect job. Monty McNair is not going to sacrifice his young star-studded backcourt, either one of them, for a Ben Simmons. I get it. In order to get a talent like a Ben Simmons, you have to sacrifice and might have to give up the good talent on your current roster. But I feel like the asking price is way too high. And I think that it might come to a point where they might just have to settle for what they can get for him. Because the longer they wait, I just think that they're pretty much, losing out. They're pretty much, let me put it this way. I understand you're a championship playoff caliber team. And you will be a championship playoff caliber team if you add a Buddy Hield, a Bagley, and multiple first round picks. Yes, maybe those draft picks might not help you right away. But they're draft picks from a team like the Sacramento Kings that haven't made the playoffs in a long, long time. I mean, how could you say no to that? In terms of draft incentives, and in terms of just the multiple picks compared to our picks to any other pick, our picks are the best ones you can get. Like, honestly, you cannot beat a better draft incentive package than the Sacramento Kings, man. And this is good. I'm glad Ben Simmons is coming out saying that he's holding out. He's not going to report to training camp. He wants to get traded. It only makes the Sixers, puts pressure on the Sixers that much because the clock is ticking now. You Your player has come out and said that he doesn't want to be here. He's requested for a trade. You gotta roll the dice, Daryl Morey. You have to roll the dice, and I think that the Sacramento Kings are doing their part. They're doing the due diligence. Monty McNair's not going to sacrifice a young star-studded backcourt for a Ben Simmons. As great as talented as Ben Simmons is, and don't get me wrong, I would love to see Ben Simmons in a Kings uniform. I think that the front office has been aggressive and worked hard, trying to get a star this whole summer. And I got to give them credit. Yes, they haven't had a deal done for a star, but they're in the mix. They're in the hunt. They're trying to get a star. They're trying to acquire a star in Sacramento. Monty McNair is trying. But I really do think that whether it's Ben Simmons or whether it's another name that we're not talking about that becomes available, that is a star, Monty McNair is going to be rewarded for his efforts of trying to get a star in Sacramento. And I really do believe that. I don't know who it's going to be, like I said. I don't know when that's going to happen. But when it happens, when the time is right, he will be rewarded for his efforts of trying to get a star. And I really do believe that, and I stand firm by that. And man, it's going to be a great sight. It's just going to be great to see the names the Sacramento Kings have acquired a star, because this team hasn't done that in a long time. And they might have a young star-studded backcourt that they built through the draft with the Fox and the Haliburton, but acquiring a third big piece, a star around those two, that's the goal. That's the plan. That's always been the plan, the goal. And I think that the Kings are smart for making it clear that Tyrese Haliburton and De'Aaron Fox are untouchable in a trade for Ben Simmons. So, how do I feel about maybe if they can possibly still try to get a deal without Ben Simmons? I really think they can. I really think they can possibly get it done without including Fox and Haliburton, because regardless, Philly's going to take the L because their asking price is too high. Maybe before training camp or maybe the coming days, their stance may change. Be like, hey, you know what? There's nothing we can get in our asking price around the league, and they might just drop that high asking price, lower it down, and they might eventually settle for what they can get. And let's be honest, Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, they are still two young players. Buddy Hield's proven that one of the best three-point shooters in the game. Bagley hasn't really reached the potential yet, but he's a former number 2 overall pick, and I think he's due for a big year. And on top of that, you're willing to include multiple first-round picks from a team that hasn't made the playoffs the last 15 years. I mean, how could you say no to that? If you cannot surface any other deal around the league in the NBA for Ben Simmons. That's just my thought. That's just my take. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Like I said, I will be more than welcome to welcome Ben Simmons in a Kings uniform. And don't get me wrong, I do want Ben Simmons in a Kings uniform, but not for the cost of a De'Aaron Fox or Tyrese Haliburton. That just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. Knowing that De'Aaron Fox is all-star caliber borderline, and he's really good, and some have said maybe he's a better player than Ben Simmons right now, or his value is better than Ben Simmons right now. And Tyrese Haliburton was a stud in his rookie year. So why would you want to move Tyrese Haliburton? He's only going to get better, and he's in due for a big year this year because he's going to start. So that's how I feel about this. We shall see where the Ben Simmons rumors go. Maybe it might be another team that just comes in and trades for him and willing to sacrifice a star to get him. So we'll see how it happens, man. That's gonna do it for me for today's video, guys. As I mentioned, I do have a guest coming on. It'll be very soon, so I will keep you guys updated. Stay tuned. Be on the lookout for that. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please hit the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. I do plan on doing another giveaway soon. I appreciate all your guys' love and support, man. You guys mean a lot to me, so thank you so much. I love interacting with you guys in the comment section, so it's definitely good to engage and interact with you guys in the comment section and over on Twitter as well. So you guys are fantastic. So have yourself a great long weekend. I will catch you guys on my next video. You guys take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.